What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another CFR reaction. Today, like I promised last week in the last video, we're going to be doing a brisket. And I want to introduce my lovely wife, Janie. She's going to be my fire manager today because my old one got the C-19 and he's going to be out for about 2 weeks.
Pray for him, y'all.
And X, you know who you are. So
get well soon.
We're going to trim this brisket up, season it, and then get it onto the pit. And then we'll bring you in at every moment that we have a chance to look at it, take care of it, and then also spray it down and keep it moist. So we'll bring you back in on the action. So right now we're just going to trim all this silver skin and get some of this fat cut up off of here. And if you get into the meat a little bit, it's okay. There's plenty of it to go around on this brisket because it's pretty damn big. And today we're actually doing a prime. So the meat on here looks pretty good. I like to get a little bit of the silver skin right here off and trim up the fat a little bit. But other than that, you know, they come pretty much trimmed already. And a lot of this, if I do it slow and long, it'll all burn off anyway. So we're not too worried about that. The biggest thing with my briskets, and like how I like to trim it too, is I like to keep it aerodynamic. Just get a good shape to it. Now, ideally, what you want to do too is you want to try to get it to about 1/8 of an inch thick of fat. You know, keep the fat cap on it, and you know. The debate still goes out there for all the people that do briskets, whether you like, you know, fat side up or fat side down. And me here in Central Texas, you know, I like to do it with the fat side up. As long as my temperatures on the pit doesn't really exceed about 250 degrees, and usually there's no burn to the meat or any of that, so it comes out looking really good. This boy got a lot of fat on him. The brisket. I think if the briskets take after their owners, then this one's right on track with all this fat. Now what I like to do too is cut off pretty much a side so you can see where the meat is and where the actual fat is, so you know how much you need to get down on the fat. See, this bad boy here has got a lot of fat on it, so I like to trim it down a little bit more. Always remember too, when you trim your brisket, that you want your brisket to be pretty cool and to the touch, so the knife can actually go through the fat a little bit better. Once it starts to warm up, the fat gets sticky and have a tougher time of trimming it. So right now it's still pretty cool to the touch, but it's starting to get to room temperature. so that's about all we're going to do for right now. We'll bring you back in as soon as we get ready to season it. And show you guys how we do that. Alright, see you in a minute. Alright, so right now what we're going to do is get ready to lube the meat up. Yes, I said lube the meat up. We're going to use a little bit of olive oil as a binder. And then put our seasoning that I made. And, you know, I can give the recipe out to this, but it's pretty simple. It's just regular SPG. And that's what I like on my brisket, you know, a little salt, pepper, and garlic. But I use a little bit of olive oil as a binder. And then you just rub it in. Like I said, our mixture that I put in a shaker bottle, I just reused one that I had, and you guys can do the same at home. Now the thing with briskets and pork butts and other big pieces of meat, like I said in the previous videos, that you can use a lot of seasoning. The meat can take it. So just feel free how you like your taste and how you want it seasoned. Go ahead and do it however you guys at home feel like you need to do it. And that looks good for that side. Then we'll flip it over onto the fat cap. Do the same. Alright, and that'll be it. And we're going to let it sit here to get up to room temperature. And then we'll go outside and get ready to fire the pit up and get it up to temperature. Usually doesn't take very long for that. And then we'll bring you back into action. I'll even show you guys with the fire pit what I do to get it up and running. So we'll see you in a minute. Alright, so now you can see that we got the fire getting ready to get started. So what we did is just like we do with all our cooks, we start with a little lump charcoal, use a fire starter, you know, no lighter fluid or anything like that leaves those chemicals on it or give you that taste of chemicals on your food. So coming up in the next couple videos though, we're going to be doing some modifications to the pit. Going to be redoing gaskets on the outside of the box, and going to be doing a new fire basket because, as you can see, I burned a hole right through the middle of mine. So we're going to be doing some mods to get the pit back up to, you know, 100% speed and strength of that cooking power that it has. But yeah, once the coals get ready and we get ready to throw the wood on there to get up to temp, we'll bring you back in on that. Alright, welcome back guys. So we got the pit up to temperature. It's starting to burn a lot cleaner than it was earlier, so this is about where I really like it to be when I get ready to throw the meat on the grill. So I'm about to do it now, and we'll bring you in for that. Alright, so now we got it on the pit. A little secret too, so if you ever did a brisket before and you see the liquid pool up in the middle, I always grab a little smoking chunk piece of wood, just enough to get it bowed up so there's no like flat spots. It might pool up here and maybe a little bit here, but you can always move the piece of wood that you have up, down, around, even in the middle like that, so it drips off the sides. Other than that, we're going to close it up and let it cook. We'll bring you back in a couple hours when we get ready to spritz it down and take a look at it and see how the bark is set up. Alright, welcome back guys. Here we are. We're about 2.5, almost 3 hours into the cook. Getting ready to take a look at it to see how the bark is setting up, and then spritz it down to keep a little bit of moisture on there. So let's take a look. That's looking good. It's got a little bit of good moisture on it, but we're going to spritz it down just a little bit. The spritz mixture that I have here today is actually beef broth and a little bit of hot sauce. That's kind of what I like to use. Of course, a lot of people use a lot of different things. Apple cider vinegar, apple juice. I even heard of just straight hot sauce and things like that. But it's totally up to you. Really, you can use water as long as you just keep the meat moist and ready to go. And that's kind of how it is. But again, everything is up to your taste, up to your standards, how you like to do things, and just have fun with it. Don't be scared. Just sit in for the long haul with this cook, because it's going to be a while. I say we got probably 6 to 8 more hours of cooking on this thing. So we'll bring you back in on the next time we get ready to spritz it. Alright guys, so now we're done with the brisket. It's finally cooked after about 12 hours. We did the probe test. It's pretty tender. And we're going to let it rest for about an hour, and then we're going to cut into it and see how it looks. We'll bring you back in when we get to that point. Alright, peace. Alright, welcome back, y'all. The brisket is finally done. We're about to cut into it. See how it looks. Ooh, shit. Looks like it might be a little tough. But we did have some heat issues today, so not all briskets is going to be the best brisket. Alright, so I'm going to turn it over. It's falling apart. Ooh. What I like about this brisket, since it didn't come out the best, is that it shows you that if your heat's not right, your brisket more than likely is not going to come out right. Still looks really good though. It's so tender, it's just falling apart. I like that though. Still gonna be tasty. So let me give it a little taste. Huh? Tastes good in the motherfucker. So it doesn't look the best, it doesn't cut the best, but it damn sure tastes really good. So to that point, you can see that when you have your fire and it's not taken care of properly. I actually had to go out on the town while the brisket was cooking, left my son in charge of it. And unfortunately, he got the temperature so low that I had to try to bring it back up, so it was fighting itself pretty much throughout the whole cook. But anyways, I'm going to finish cutting it up and dish it out to the people that's here ready to eat it. And then we'll see you on the next video. And if you guys like what we are doing, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Hit the like button and comment section. Again, what you get on this channel is going to be nothing but real. There's no fake here. So we'll see you on the next one. Peace.